When, I meet people who live in rural places, Oregon, Washington, Colorado, upstate New York, Maine, and they hear I live in New York, and I tell them I feel quite often that I'm on the front line of the spiritual and humankind battlefield, because there are millions of people in need, and there are millions of people hurting, and there are millions of people who have emotions that are out of balance or have experienced energetic assault on a pretty regular basis. Okay, now we begin.
Ho, yo, ho. Hey, hey, yo, ho, yo, ho. There are a lot of people who practice shamanism in the city. It's a direct relationship with spirit. We don't have to take ourselves to church or temple or mosque. I can be riding on a subway. In that half hour, 45 minutes, however long I might be in transit someplace, I can take myself to a more spiritual realm.
Shamanism addresses the spiritual causes of imbalance within the individual. In some traditions, that's done with what we call plant medicine, ayahuasca, peyote, all sorts of plants that create this altered state of consciousness. The Foundation for Shamanic Studies removed that form of creating an altered state by focusing on the universal traditions of the rhythmic beating of a drum or a rattle.
Tony just had a drum circle the other day. He does them Monday nights, once a month. Rather small. And in that smallness, it's intimate. And the drumming brings the heartbeat together so that all of us at some point are syncopated in our beats.
The word shaman comes from Siberia. It means he who sees in the dark. All prehistoric communities had somebody who was designated as the healer. These communities, which were comprised of maybe 25 or 100 individuals living in these small communal tribes, the well-being of the tribes depended on the healer, the shaman. If one of the members of that community was injured in any way, psychologically, physically, emotionally, and they were not able to function as part of that tribe, as part of that community, it was the responsibility of the healer to restore them back into balance and wellness for the benefit of the community. And we've gotten so far away from that as we have grown into these very large communities of towns, villages, and cities. So quite often people come to me or other shamanic practitioners many, many years after the trauma or the situation which caused their condition has actually taken place.
In New York City, I think sometimes that's what saves us, is that we have some kind of spiritual practice. And for me, it's shamanism. For a number of people that I know, it's shamanism. We wish to send this tobacco to our loved ones in the Milky Way.